This was my introduction to director John Woo. He is to gunplay what Bruce Lee was to martial arts. Hyper-stylized, ultra-violent, and spectacular. He established a cult following that eventually led to Hollywood. Among those Hollywood offerings is the John Travolta, Christian Slater vehicle, Broken Arrow. The movie opens with our recurring metaphor. Our antagonist and protagonist locked in a boxing match. Ooh, so manly! John Travolta is Deakins. Christian Slater is Hale. They are stealth bomber pilots. Oh, and by the way, pilots aren't allowed to box. One concussion could undo millions of dollars in training. You wouldn't want anyone that unbalanced flying a bomber, would you? Hale loses because he holds back. Deakins wins because he does not. And they establish right away that Deakins is alpha male, aggressive, smart, and bristles at authority. And Hale doesn't. He's more of a wise-ass everyman. I know smoking is bad, but so few people still make it look cool. They're flying the B-3 bomber. For a training exercise, they're carrying live nuclear missiles so they can test if they show up on radar. Loading phallic symbols. Check.
You love having the power of God at your fingertips. Get off on it.
And what was up with that shot? You know, my mom used to give me that look. Hey mom, can we stop for ice cream? It's right over there. It's okay, we don't have to. But Deakins hijacks the plane and its creamy nuclear center. He ejects Hale, dumps the missiles, and ejects himself before crashing that bad boy. Gee, that model looks expensive. Thank you for flying Michael Bay Air. Oh my god.
We got ourselves a Broken Arrow.
Now it's Die Hard in Yellowstone. Boy, the Ranger really isn't gonna like this. Welcome to Brickleberry, bitch. Deakins hooks up with his henchmen and moves to recover the warheads. Hale teams up with a helpful park ranger played by Samantha Mathis. She treats him like a criminal at first. She acts like it's illegal to bail out of a disabled aircraft even in a national park. You ride that sucker to the ground, airman! The good guys arrive, yay! The bad guys are here too, boo. The team sent to recover the warheads is infiltrated by one of Deakins' men, played by Howie Long.
All clear!
And with a name like that, how's that guy not in porn? With a clever radio message, he tricks the folks back at the base that there is a radiation leak.
It's the nuke! It's open! It's wide open!
If it's good enough for Han Solo, it's good enough for me.
They believe they've got an exposed core. And that changes things remarkably.
They send a chopper to take out Hale. This movie hates helicopters. Let's start a counter.
See the one in front there? That one's got the nukes in it.
Deakins has a little convoy, and Hale gets a Hummer. I mean, he gets...
Would you mind not shooting at the thermonuclear weapons?
I just love the way Travolta says that. They run to the nearest mine.
What are we gonna do?
Another thing these movies just love, taunting over the radio.
Buddy, huh? Son of a bitch tried to kill me.
Hale tries to disable the bombs, but Deakins is still 2 steps ahead.
You just activated a nuclear warhead, my friend.
And why aren't these things tamper-resistant?
Thing that prevent people from using them, of course.
The code is 1234.
Now, if I don't get these things down to a safe level before they get here, God knows where he's gonna use them.
2 hernias later.
Well, I gotta go. You two have a nice time down here.
So now they're trapped in a mine, 2,000 feet down, with a nuclear bomb about to go off.
How many times do I have to say it? Please don't shoot the nuclear weapons.
They're remarkably calm for someone so close to a nuclear bomb about to explode. So they can't escape up the elevator shaft, so naturally they escape... down? Convenient underground river is convenient. The authorities momentarily get a drop on Deakins, leading to my favorite line.
This is out of control! I must have...
Hush! Hush!
Next time somebody won't shut up, the mag light is optional. The bomb goes off, and the resulting fictional EMP takes down the authorities. And thieves rip off Terry Benedict's casino.
Damn, what a rush!
Hale and Terry emerge from a river. Stay with me. that was connected to a mine shaft that was 2,000 feet underground. The scene really set up an impossible situation to get out of. You couldn't see a way out, but this underground river bullshit just seemed to be Deus Ex Machina, just to keep the story going.
None of the radiation leaked out. Hey, look, see the butterflies there? Now, if there was radiation around, they wouldn't be able to survive now, would they? No.
Unless they're mutated Hulk butterflies, then we're fucked. I know it's a weapon of mass destruction, but this bomb has seen some pretty scenery. Hale gets some backup, and they go after the Deacon's train. Because nobody knows Deacons better than he does.
If everything he shows us says he's heading west, he's actually heading east.
Even though he's been 2 steps ahead of him the entire movie. So they give him a chopper. And nobody calls ahead to have more people meet up.
Let's give those guys a haircut!
Helicopter blades are not weapons. I mean, I'll admit, that was different. But they do have actual guns on that thing, right? They reach a quick sex metaphor, and another chopper goes down. One more chopper bites the dust. It wasn't flying, but I'm still counting it. Their means of escape is gone, so Deacons goes the nut job route.
Fuck them if they can't take a joke. I still got my finger on the trigger.
You're out of your mind.
Ain't it cool?
Sometimes the bad guy is the most interesting character, and it's very true here. Travolta chews the scenery, whips out the one-liners, and basically keeps things interesting.
God damn, what a rush!
He's clearly having a ball with this role.
Care for a Coke or something?
You know, I like it when villains are polite. It's far more interesting than a snarling, mean bad guy. Hannibal Lecter scares me, but if he asked politely, I'd give him a ride to the airport.
$250 million by 1400 Utah time. If you have not...
I wonder where these villains get their multimedia threat videos. You think there's good money in that? I'm asking for a friend. But ultimately, it's not about punching Deacons into submission or shooting him. It's ramming a deactivated nuclear warhead into his nutsack.
This nutshot is brought to you by Planters Shattered Nuts. Like you have any business having children.
Terry's character is a little annoying at first. She pulls a gun on what is potentially a wounded military pilot who bailed from a crippled plane. She goes from incompetently cocky to action heroine pretty quickly. She does contribute, and she does face off against Deacons, and she still kills a guy with a hammer.
Stop! Hammer time!
I like Christian Slater, or at least I used to. But here, he really wasn't much fun. He carried the action role well enough, but it was hard to care about him on a hero level. I was actually rooting for Deacons at times.
But I'm still gonna kick your ass.
There's a lot of fun lines in this movie. Most of them are Travolta's. Okay, I think all of them are.
Hush!
To John Woo, action is like a ballet. It's an art form. There is a lot of it in this movie, going from set piece to set piece without much rest. Like some of John Woo's other work, Broken Arrow is stylish, spectacular, and very over the top. There are some leaps in logic, some questionable physics, and some elements that are outright fantasy. But John Woo wasn't making a documentary. Aside from the apparent hatred of helicopters, the gunplay, the fights, have a lot of energy. Fast-paced, never dull, and that was Broken Arrow. It's not a very complicated movie. The surviving characters are pretty much where they started. I'm giving Broken Arrow a 3.5 out of 5. I'd have given it a 2, but John Travolta is just too much fun.
Fuck them if they can't take a joke.
I hope you like this video. Give a thumbs up and subscribe, you know you want to. And do you recommend any other John Woo films? Leave a comment below. This is TheNewBee, and as always, thank you so much for watching.
God damn, what a rush!